Good morning, friends. Survived another night. Last night around 1 a.m. I heard the cows and the elk screaming at each other. I can only imagine it was some sort of a turf war. This morning got up around 7, a little nippy. The bear bag made it through the night. I made it through the night. Everything's good. Supposedly it was warmer last night than it was the night before, but I definitely got a lot more of a chill. Perhaps it's because the first night I was at least snuggling with my down puffy, the Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisper. And around 5 a.m., which is the coldest part of the night, it's right before the sun rises, I threw that in the sleeping bag with me, and that seemed to, help me, let me get a couple more hours of sleep. And now that the sun is out, it's very nice. The wind has finally died down, and it's been just blowing the past forever since I got out of the canyon and a little in the canyon. So I'm really, really grateful that it's gonna be a little more still today. It'll help me enjoy and, talk to you guys a little bit more so that there's not so much wind everywhere. So I'm just getting ready to break camp. Right now it is 7:48, and I hope to be on trail before 8:30. I will talk to you guys once I get moving. Not really sure where I'm walking to today. I have 7 miles to my water fill up, 20 miles to the next one after that, and 24 miles to where I'm supposed to be resupplying with my parents tomorrow evening. So, depending how I feel, the joints feel, after my long day yesterday, might take it easy. We'll see how far I get. I'm gonna take it nice and slow, see where we get to. Just met my first northbound hiker, a guy by the name of Airbox. Really chill dude. I guess he started in Mexico during the spring season and then stopped around Pine, because that's where he's from, so he had to work and stuff. But then he's finishing up the trail now for the fall season, so got some good information on the trail ahead, so that's good to hear. And yeah, really nice guy. Helps lift the spirits whenever you run into someone, especially in the fall season, because there really aren't many people out here. You're kind of all in your own head, all alone. To stave that off, I've just been screaming music to the hills. It's been very, very nice. You just, lose yourself to the music, and all of a sudden the miles fall away. So it's a good morning. Met some good people. Let's keep going. Excuse me, cows. So we've just been walking through this wide open country with a great view of Humphrey Peak in the distance. That peak all the way out there, that's the highest peak in Arizona. It's like 12,600 and some change feet tall. And to the right there, behind this tree right now, give me a second to get to the other side of it. You can barely make it out, that's Kendrick Peak. I've camped at the base of that one numerous times. So the cool story about this whole area is it's all volcanic, or at least it used to be. It's extinct, even though people who study volcanoes would say there's no such thing as an extinct volcano. They're just dormant. They could reactivate whenever, but Humphreys hasn't blown in a very long time. There is just no shade out here right now. I have plenty of water on my back, which is weighing me down, so I'm thinking I'm gonna get fewer miles in than yesterday. But my water filter works now, I fixed it. So life is good. And this cow pond water really doesn't taste that bad. I didn't take directly from the trough. There was a little side thing that had much clearer water, and it was under a grate, so it didn't have all the algae growing in it. And that's what I took from it. It's very tasty. Much better than that lake water yesterday. That probably wasn't even filtered because it was squirting out of the side of the filter instead of going through the actual filter. So I'm glad I put in my Katahdin tablets to purify it, the little chlorine tablets. But I know I was exposed to that dirty water, so hopefully that doesn't turn in anything. Hopefully it was low enough exposure my body can just kick some butt and not have an issue, but we'll see in a week if I've jarred you. I don't think there's going to be anything really interesting for the rest of the day because I still have at least 15 miles of this wide open area, which is really pretty, don't get me wrong. Just there's not much to talk about, not much to see. You're kind of looking at it. It's this and cows. And I met a hunter earlier who was a very nice guy. He was carrying this giant bull rack. He's a muzzleloader hunter that was out here with a tag. He offered me some oranges and stuff. I politely declined, but it's good to know that, you know, if you run into people out here, everyone I've met so far has been so friendly and you really try to take care of each other. It's just kind of the culture on the trail. And that, you know, it gives you hope in humanity a little bit. In other news, I'm now through all of Kaibab National Forest. And once I'm through this area, this is state trust land, I will be in Coconino National Forest. So I'm completely through my first national forest because Kaibab reaches all the way up to that Utah border and then just south of the Grand Canyon. So I'm through that one, yay! And Coconino is gonna extend basically all the way down until I'm basically an hour and a half from home. So I'm gonna be hiking in it for many miles. But it's one of my favorite forests. And it's the big ponderosa pines. So at least they'll have some shade unlike this. There ain't nothing out here. I've hiked about 13 miles now. I'm planning on hiking at least another 6. Because there's a ranch coming up that I can't camp right on top of. So if I'm still feeling good and I have enough time after 6 miles, I'd have to push another 3 or 4 miles after that. And I'm running out of daylight a little bit. Right now it's 2:05, so I have like another 2 hours before I should start setting camp. And my usual pace right now is around 3 miles per hour. So I'm gonna see how I feel once I get to my first proposed campsite called, it's like Rabbit Canyon or something like that. I'm gonna camp close to the junction. And if I'm still feeling it after that and I really wanna push it, then I'll probably be camping just in the Coconino National Forest boundary. All right, I think I'm gonna be camping right here. Have a great view around. Gonna take some pictures. It's funny, you can actually see the lava rock here. You can tell that there's a volcano nearby, or that there was. Kinda interesting. Kinda makes sense, eh? All right, trying to find a spot without too many rocks. It's a little lumpy everywhere though. I think this will do. Hello friends, all set up in camp now. I basically have this mountain to myself. And fortunately enough, I did not set up right next to a anthill. There were a lot of anthills up here that I could have. Let me give you a little wipe off there real quick. A little dusty up here, so it's hard to manage all the dirt. My legs, even though I've been wearing long pants, have been caked in dust by the time I get to camp every day. It's kind of weird. So, you know, bless wet wipes, because it would not be possible without them. So something that I noticed about all these little hills around me is they have an indentation in the top. If you know, I'll give you a little look around. So there's Humphreys, the one I was talking about earlier with the horseshoe, where it blew up its side. And there's some of these other smaller hills that have the flat tops with a dip in them. Especially this one over here that I'm camping really close to. And that's the same hot spot on the crust of the earth. Because I'm sure you know of plate tectonics, how, you know, we used to all be one big continent, Pangea and continental drift, so all the land masses actually are floating across the lava of the mantle, or the magma, whatever the technical term is. I'm not a geologist like that, but all of the land on this planet is floating around on top of this surface of molten rock. And as this crust moved, the hot spot that eventually made Humphreys also blew the tops off of all these little hills, which is kind of interesting to think about. But that's one like shallow spot of the crust where that magma can actually flow out and erupt at times if it builds enough pressure. I'm hopefully gonna get some really pretty star pictures tonight. It's supposed to be a full 21 degrees warmer than it was 2 nights ago. I think it's gonna be a pretty comfortable night. Very grateful for my feet carrying me this far and being here tonight because it's a really, really pretty spot. I'm not doing a bear bag, which is kind of risky. Hopefully no rodents chew through my tent. I am, rolling the dice a little bit, but the closest tree is probably half mile away and it's not even tall enough to support a bear bag. It would just kind of defeat the purpose because it's so low. So hopefully I'm not taking a stupid risk by doing this, but I'm not walking that far for a bear bag. So I'm gonna enjoy the sunset and hopefully get some star pictures, get a lot of rest, because tomorrow's actually my birthday. And I don't know when I'm actually gonna be publishing this video, but October 3rd, and it's the 2nd today, as you can see. It's 5:30 on the 2nd. And I'm meeting up with my parents tomorrow to resupply a little bit. I think I would be able to push it to Flagstaff if I had to, because I have a lot of extra food still. But I really want to see them because, it's been a lonely time out here. Because I haven't really seen anybody. I've seen 4 people since I started this trail from Tucson, since I left my parents at the Grand Canyon. So it's been a little lonely, but everyone I've met has been so nice. So that's really, really been good. But, everyone says that through hiking really is more of a mental game than it is an endurance game. And I'm really starting to believe that. I'm learning a lot about myself, and it's a lot of energy and time spent trying to occupy the brain so that it doesn't eat itself alive, so to speak. I've been listening to a lot of music on trail and, screaming the lyrics at the mountains, and that's helped a lot keep the energy going, and it's been good. But, at nighttime, it's the hardest because, you roll over in the middle of the night and all of a sudden you're cold and you stay up a whole hour and you're just there in your own thoughts. No one to talk to and nothing really to do because you don't want to waste the battery for the flashlight to read or something like that. So it has its challenges, but so far they're manageable. So far they are. I'm probably about 3 days journey from Flagstaff now, and I have a hotel waiting for me there, so I'm pretty stoked for that. I might be getting there a day sooner than I thought though, so I need to look into what I can do about that. But yeah, that's pretty much all that's going on right now, right here. I went even further than yesterday by a whole 1.3 miles. So I set a record of backpacking distance for myself yesterday, and I beat it today. Hopefully I'll be able to do the same the day after I meet up with my parents. I'm only going to be hiking 15 or 18 miles, depending how I feel in the morning. Because I kind of feel like I might have driven myself into the ground, but time will tell. One of my shoulders is pretty sore, my ankles are pretty beat up. But no more so than they have been since the canyon. So we'll see what happens. I've been talking at the camera a long time now, so I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to let the nature do the talking. See you guys soon. Morning, friends. Made it another night. Almost didn't though. My Garmin said that it was going to be a low 44 here tonight, but my watch this morning said it was 29 or 26. Definitely below freezing, so I hope my filter didn't freeze because I didn't take those precautions thinking it would be warm enough. I woke up at about 1 a.m. to have my sleeping bag with condensation on it. I think it was from me. I think I was wearing a little bit too much. And then at like 1:30, I just couldn't get warm in the sleeping bag, so I threw the fly over the tent and tried to get some of the moisture off the sleeping bag, and I was able to get a couple more hours of sleep. Now it's heating up pretty quick in the tent because the fly, you know, get to hold on a little bit more of that heat. And I'm just finishing packing things up. Here there might be some trail magic about 6 or 7 miles from here. And then I'm meeting up with my parents and Kayla in 15 or 18 miles, depending how far I get today, depending how I feel. And yeah, it's gonna be a good day. So I'm down at Tub Ranch Camp, about to fill up on some water. I'm almost through the whole Babbitt Ranch section of the AZT now. I've hiked about 2 miles since camp this morning. It's been about half an hour, making an all right pace. A little sore today though. Hi cows and horses, so pretty, majestic, freedom. So I'm gonna pump some water here, and in case any of you are watching, I just wanted to say, you know, thank you so much for, you know, keeping your facilities available for AZT through hikers. This is a really dry section, and you know, it really saves my bacon. I know I was pretty low on water when I rolled into camp last night that I didn't even cook. So this is definitely gonna keep me safe and hydrated. So thank you to Babbitt Ranch and Tub Ranch Camp. I don't know if they're different entities or under the same entity. I don't know, but thank you to the people that make this happen. I appreciate you. Wow, all this water. Thank you again, Babbitt Ranch. This is amazing. I want to take a swim, but I'm not gonna. It's a great birthday gift to me, this water. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. And I got this awesome little bucket. This Arizona Trail. I think this is the first time I've gotten my own water with a bucket before. Kind of exciting. So this is my filtering setup on the trail. It's called the Trail Shot, and I'm probably going to switch to a Sawyer. This thing is, I think, lighter than the whole Sawyer kit put together. It's close in weight, but it's more expensive, and it's a lot less reliable in my experience. But yesterday I fixed it just by pushing it down 1/8 of an inch. Good afternoon now. I've hiked, let me check that hook. How many miles have I hiked? I've hiked about 10.5 miles since this morning, and it's been through all of that open area you see down there. I hiked down that big ridge, up, and now over. And it's been all very exposed roadwalk. So it's been a pretty rough day. I wish I could say that it was a better hike for my birthday, but it's really warm, really sunny, and really exposed. And a lot of this ranching road is just really, really torn up. There are beer cans strewn like everywhere. And there are all sorts of little shortcut roads that connect bends in the road, and it just looks really bad and it's really torn up. So it hasn't exactly been the most appealing day, but we're getting it done. I'm gonna be meeting with my family and Kayla in about 5 miles at Forest Road 523. My knee is like really killing me, but now that I'm going uphill, it's actually better, so it's kind of weird. Hopefully it gets easier. As you can see, I've come uphill a little bit, and I'm at least now in some junipers, so I can, you know, hide in the shade when I talk to you guys, or when I need to check my phone. It's a little bit better than down there, but it's still really warm. But luckily, there's a breeze that's starting to pick up a little bit too, so there's potential for it to turn out well today. I've been climbing for the last 5 miles or so. I only have like 1 more mile left until my rendezvous point with the parents, and they're gonna be there in like an hour. We're now up in some of these taller ponderosa pines. Kind of dig it. There's only one problem. I ran out of water about half a mile ago, and that's not good because I'm already pretty dehydrated. This bright sun with no cover out here is just killer.
See that truck back there? It had a couple of cow troughs right behind it that had just a hint of water in it, so I have enough water to get that last mile in there safely. So pumped it just a little bit, so I'll be refilling with the parents very, very soon. So crisis averted. Sometimes the trail does provide. It's a saying that a lot of thru hikers use, but on the Arizona Trail it's very, very risky to do that. To say that it will just provide for me and I'll just keep doing my thing, that's not good. As they say, if you fail to plan, plan to fail. Because you can end up in some pretty dire situations, especially on this trail with how arid and spread out it gets, like in the very, very, very remote parts of the state. If there isn't water there, no one's cashing it for you. You're not just gonna find a jug, you're screwed. Not a place to take chances. I safely made it to camp. I think this is the nicest campsite on the AZT. Oh, no. No. It's probably because it's right on a forest road though. So, we'll take what we can get though. Luckily the road got a lot better about right after I started complaining. Typical. Things are looking up now, guys. I'll see you soon.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, fruit of my loins. Happy birthday to you.
Here's the 23. Woo!
Oh, man.
Yay!
Thank you guys so
23 on
much.
the trail. 23 on the trail.
I can't believe you guys packed out candles. This is so extra, but I appreciate it so much.
Well, we're not asking you to carry them to Mexico.
This would be a good fire starter for tonight.
I could keep one of those in my tent, might keep me warm.
It's good.
Or I might just burn down my tent, one of the two.
Yeah, exactly.
If anything, it's a smellable now. Hey guys, my parents just left, parents and Kayla. And they just gave me an immense amount of support. You know, I cannot thank them enough. Like, completely restocked now. And they charged up my batteries with the generator. The generator was running the whole time they were here, just so they can, you know, send me off as well as they can. And they made me a delicious dinner. Like, I don't know how they pulled it off in the middle of the backcountry. They're masters, man. They're absolute masters. So I'm very grateful. Very grateful. Morning, guys. It's a little windy this morning. Sorry about that. All packed up. There's where my tent was. We had that awesome trail birthday party here last night. Almost seems like it was a dream. Didn't happen at all. Like, I'm very happy, very uplifted, and very grateful, but you wouldn't even think that that happened in this spot, you know? It's crazy. So today, I'm planning on taking a bit of a shorter day, give my knee a break, doing about 13 miles, and I'm hitting, I think it's the second highest spot on the Arizona Trail. I'm gonna be camping just below Snowbowl at the end of today. I'm about 32 miles into Flagstaff, and that should be good. Hopefully it's not all road walk though. This pack is so freaking heavy now because I just resupplied everything. So I have full water, full food, and even some gear that I forgot. I changed out some gear. So we're running with a little bit of a different kit, but certainly a heavier kit right now. Gonna have to eat some of that food today, I think. I'll talk to you guys as the day unfolds. I guess the trail gods heard me complain. Literally right across the cattle guard that was next to my campsite. It became trail again. Yay! This will make today a little bit more enjoyable for me. Hopefully there aren't too many switchbacks or things that'll hurt my knee. It's definitely a little tender and this heavy pack isn't helping. Well guys, this is a little bit of contrast from yesterday. Aspen trees and the big pines. Oh, So grateful. And now I'm back on trail with some beautiful trees around. I think I'm still about 7 miles from camp, about halfway. Taking it really slow because of my knee, but I found a little workaround. It's amazing what 2 mostly clean socks can do when they're tied around your leg. Hello friends, made it to camp. Over there. Just setting up for dinner. But look at this view. Absolutely stunning. I'm just trying to soak up the last couple of rays before the sun goes down. So then it's gonna get cold. But apparently the wind is supposed to die down, so that's good. Today was a really tough day. I have some pretty bad injuries on my right leg, so I'm taking a couple days off. I'm getting scooped tomorrow afternoon, spending a couple days at home so I can rest up my knee, and my hip, and my ankle. It's all pretty bad. So grateful for this moment, to be able to spend it just existing, you know, being an observer on this orb, traveling thousands of kilometers per second around an exploding ball of gas. It's a miracle, isn't it? Hopefully tonight doesn't get too cold, and I'm gonna rest well. I'm tired. And then tomorrow my parents are gonna be picking me up at noon. I'm gonna spend a couple of days back home healing, and then I'm gonna be back out on the trail kicking some butt. I'll talk to you guys soon. Good morning, friends. Broke camp at like, what time is it now? 9:12. Broke camp just a little bit after 9 o'clock. Got hiking. It was really cold this morning because I'm in the shadow of the mountain, so took a little bit of time chilling in the sleeping bag. So day 15 on the trail. After turned off the camera last night, I realized I had a monstrous blister on my right foot on top of all the joint and tendon issues I've been having. So it's definitely time for a rest day or two. So I haven't taken any thus far, and every single through hiker that's ever done this tells you, ease into the miles, don't rush yourself. You're gonna hurt yourself if you do that. You could jeopardize the whole hike. Well, of course, I'm not that guy, I'm different. And here I am hurting and needing to take a couple days off trail. Hopefully I heal up quickly. Kind of funny how that works. It's almost like the people who've done this know what they're talking about.